Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Limburg Leaders Awards Banquet. Please welcome Superintendent of Schools Dr. Tony Lake and Board of Education President Mike Shamia.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Superintendent of Schools Dr. Tony Lake.
And I'm Board of Education President Mike Shamia. Good evening, everyone.
Tonight, it's our honor to welcome you to the first ever Limburg Leaders Virtual Banquet. This event is a special opportunity for us to celebrate individuals in our community who go above and beyond and make a difference every day.
On behalf of the entire Limburg Schools Board of Education, I would like to congratulate all of tonight's honorees and extend a special thank you to everyone who is tuning in tonight to celebrate with them.
This year, more than ever, we have seen leaders rise up in every employee group. Our outstanding team of Limburg employees has worked tirelessly to ensure students are equipped to learn, schools are safe and clean, and employees are supported.
We want to thank all of our Limburg employees for stepping up, thinking outside the box, and working countless hours to support our community. You are all Limburg leaders this year, and we appreciate all of you.
You know, every year we receive so many outstanding nominations for our Limburg Leaders Award, but this year was truly special. They showed us how calm, compassion, and confidence created comfort, support, and consistency during these unprecedented times. In all, 38 individuals were nominated for Limburg Leaders Award this year. Congratulations to all of our 2021 Limburg Leader nominees. You truly are heroes to our families, students, and community.
To present our 2021 Limburg Leaders, please welcome Chief Communications Officer Beth Johnston and Chief Academic Officer Dr. Tara Sparks.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Beth Johnston.
And I'm Tara Sparks.
We have such a special group of honorees to recognize this evening. Wow, watching that video that we just saw took me back to this time last year when there were so many unknowns and our community came together in ways that we never could have imagined.
I agree. Our teachers showed amazing flexibility in their transition to virtual learning. Our technology staff distributed hundreds of devices to students. And overnight, our school nurses and administrators became COVID-19 experts and contact tracers.
Not only that, but our food service team stepped up to prepare countless take-home meals. Our facilities and custodial teams took great care to keep our buildings clean and safe. And our ECE was the first Limburg school to resume in-person learning.
This really was a team effort, multiplied by the work of our students and families who engaged with us to continue learning during the 2020-21 school year. And now it's time for our 2021 Limburg Leaders to shine. So let's get started. Our first Limburg Leader of the night is ARC Coordinator Doug Barton. Doug has been working in Limburg schools for 20 years. That includes 13 years as a high school science teacher, 5 years as an instructional technology specialist, 1 year as a STEM coordinator, and this past school year as coordinator of Limburg's Accelerated and Remote Classroom Program, better known as ARC. Doug has literally developed the elementary ARC program from scratch, creating a system to support a successful school year for more than 1,000 students and 50 staff members. Doug has made home visits for students and staff to deliver supplies, and he's been supportive of all teachers as they have introduced Limburg learners to the virtual setting. As one ARC teacher said, Doug has kept ARC going as smoothly as possible in a wild time. He strives for equity for all learners and educators. Many teachers who nominated Doug mentioned this phrase: "We were building the plane while we were flying it this year, and Doug was the pilot." Another teacher had this to say about Doug: "Doug has gone above and beyond this year as he led us into uncharted territory. He leads with grace, understanding, exceptional leadership, and hard work. He has made ARC an enjoyable experience, and he is an exceptional supervisor. It's been a pleasure to work with him this year." Please join me in congratulating our first Limburg Leader of 2021, Mr. Doug Barton.
Now it's time for us to recognize our next honoree, Dr. Rachel Charney. Dr. Charney has been a part of the Limburg community for 15 years and is a local expert in pediatric infectious diseases. In early 2020, when the district began planning its response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Dr. Charney reached out to our superintendent, Dr. Tony Lake, and offered to serve as a resource. In addition, Dr. Charney serves our greater St. Louis community on the St. Louis Pandemic Task Force's Education Subcommittee, and she has been involved in the COVID-19 response for SSM Health and St. Louis University. This spring, with her support, Limburg hosted a county-wide informational meeting where St. Louis County superintendents learned about a new virus called COVID-19. Then, during the summer, she served as an important advisor to Limburg's School Reopening Task Force. Currently, she sits on the district's COVID-19 Metrics Committee. And truly, Dr. Charney is always just a phone call away. Throughout the pandemic, she has been available to review decisions, make recommendations, and keep Limburg administrators informed about the most up-to-date COVID-19 information, including how the virus has behaved in the school environment. We appreciate all of Dr. Charney's expertise and generosity during this time. So let's have a round of applause for this incredibly deserving Limburg leader.
Our next Limburg leader, Rich Flores, has been a part of the Limburg community for 30 years, serving as a Limburg High School math teacher and current vice president of the Limburg NEA. Limburg High School principal Dr. Eric Cochran had this to say about Rich. Rich Flores is an amazing teacher and an inspiration for his colleagues. He has embraced a very demanding role representing all of the teachers in the district and working closely with administration toward mutual goals. As a result, our schools have been able to navigate many challenges during a time of heightened teacher anxiety. He takes calls from his colleagues at all hours of the evening, any month of the year. His calm demeanor and leadership have helped to engender a cooperative spirit between the administrative team and the teaching staff that helps move all of us toward mutual goals. Our students benefit greatly from these improved relationships that Rich has helped to foster over his career, but especially over the last 3 or 4 years. In addition to his work building relationships and supporting teachers, Rich has also served as a wrestling assistant coach from 1991 until 2001, football assistant coach from 1991 until 1994, and soccer coach from 1995 until 2003. He has served as a coordinator for the Adopt a Student Emerson program and has been a member of the Lindbergh Athletic Association, Lindbergh Basketball Feeder Program, District Salary Committee, District Strategic Plan Committee, Prop R Committee, and LNEA Executive Board. Most recently, he has served as LNEA Vice President since 2018. Please join me in honoring Mr. Rich Flores.
District Lead Nurse Jessica Franklin is our next Lindbergh Leader honoree. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Jessica has led the district through constantly changing guidelines and recommendations to keep our students and staff safe. She collaborates with local and state officials and neighboring school districts, works closely with the administration in each building, leads our district nurses, and creates consistency across the district. One coworker had this to say about Jessica. Jessica's expertise alone is such a valuable asset. But more than that, the manner in which she leads is inspiring. She always has a calm demeanor and will work endlessly to help everyone in our community. She is student-focused, staff-focused, and district-focused. Jessica shows every day how committed she is to helping Lindbergh be successful. She has helped us continue to thrive during the hardest of times. Jessica has been a part of the Lindbergh community for 5 years, and her children attend school here as well. In her role as a mom, she has served on the parent groups at Long and Sappington and assisted with her daughter's Girl Scout troop. Jessica also gives her time to Kelly's Hope Foundation, where she volunteers at events and is part of the Nursing Scholarship Approval Committee. Thank you, Jessica, for everything you do to support Lindbergh schools.
Dominic Jaggi is our next Lindbergh Leader honoree. Dominic has worked in the Lindbergh District for 24 years, and he currently serves as the Executive Director of Technology. This year, Dominic led the deployment of thousands of devices over the course of the pandemic. Beginning in March, when students originally began remote learning, he developed a system for families to request devices and worked with his staff to develop efficient distribution methods. As it became evident that the pandemic would continue to impact learning for the 2021 school year, Dominic created a plan to accelerate the deployment of middle school iPads in order to ensure that every student would have consistent access to technology. For families who needed hotspots, he ensured access to those as well. Equity and learning for all students was a top priority as we entered this school year. Over a few weeks in the summer, devices from the spring were collected and new devices were provided to every student in grades kindergarten through 12. The planning, communication, and completion of this project cannot be overstated. During his time as Executive Director of Technology, Dominic has transformed the work of the Technology Department, ensuring that high-quality instruction is accessible to all of our students. His team has made great strides to improve Wi-Fi consistency and meet the needs of staff and students. Dominic also used feedback from the assessment of technology services to exponentially improve the infrastructure and systems essential for technology integration. We are grateful for Dominic's leadership and excited to present him with this much-deserved honor.
Our next Lindbergh leaders are 3 ladies who dedicated their time last year to ensure that kids could safely celebrate their birthdays with the community. When the stay-at-home order took effect, that is when Becky Love, Melissa Mitchell, and Christine Leeper sprung into action. Together, they planned parades for more than 400 kids in our community over the first 10 weeks of the pandemic. You probably heard horns honking and friends cheering down your street at least once, probably more than once. And this effort grew beyond just Lindbergh students. During a time when children could not celebrate with their friends, the entire community came together to give them a rolling birthday celebration they will never forget. But this leadership in our community did not begin with just birthday parades. Melissa Mitchell serves as Dressel Elementary School's PTO president, and Becky Love is the parent group vice president. Christine, well, she's Melissa's mom. Over the past several years, Dressel principal Dr. Pat Shenecase said these volunteers have continually supported their school's staff, students, and families by volunteering their time, creating positive experiences, and working behind the scenes to create organized and successful school and community events. Their passion and dedication to Dressel is truly appreciated by everyone. Congratulations, Melissa, Becky, and Christine.
Sappington Elementary School Principal Dr. Takesha Parker is our next Lindbergh leader. Dr. Parker has worked in Lindbergh schools for 6 years, 2 of them as Sappington's assistant principal and 4 years as principal. She has served on the Lindbergh Learning Team and District Assessment Committee, and her involvement on the School Reopening Task Force was crucial as we prepared to start the 2020-21 school year. In addition, Dr. Parker assisted with the transition of students and staff impacted by redistricting, has provided leadership to support staff development, and participates in local and national conferences to gain knowledge on current educational trends. A Sappington teacher had this to say about Dr. Parker. Dr. Parker leads by example. She has jumped in to cover classes this year or run the office when people are quarantined, and she is at arrival and dismissal duty, rain or shine. Dr. Parker encourages teachers to fail forward and try new ideas and strategies in the classroom, even during COVID. She provides the tools for teachers to take risks in the form of various resources and ideas. Keisha also makes equity a priority and has made it a part of Sappington's everyday climate. As one teacher said, equity is not a buzzword and it's not work. Whether we're in a BLT discussing scheduling changes or creating lesson plans, Dr. Parker forces us to look at the bigger picture and ask the question, is this equitable? If not, we brainstorm ways to make sure all parties are treated equitably. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Takesha Parker.
Our final Lindbergh leader for 2021 is Concord 5th grade teacher and LNEA president, Carrie Turek. This is Carrie's 21st year teaching in Lindbergh schools. In fact, she has been a proud Lindbergh Flyer for her entire teaching career. Concord Elementary School Assistant Principal Liz Koitzer said this about Carrie. As NEA president, Carrie was bombarded with countless phone calls, emails, and texts from teachers around the district during this pandemic. She always made herself available to ease the teachers' minds. If she didn't know the answer, she would look into it right away. Carrie has worked alongside administration at every level since March to make plans and protocols and help bring our staff and students back to school safely. In 2019, Carrie was selected as Concord's Building Level Teacher of the Year. She also served on the St. Louis Teachers Academy during the 2018-19 school year, has volunteered as an LNEA representative since 2017, and has served as LNEA president since 2019. In addition, Carrie has served on the district's calendar committee, assessment committee, late start committee, elementary plan time committee, reopening task force, COVID gating metrics committee, district professional learning team, and Concord's Blue Ribbon School writing team. Carrie's colleague, Valerie Creech, said this: Carrie embodies all the best qualities of a dedicated, caring servant leader. As her colleague of over 20 years, I have seen her tirelessly give her students sound, creative, and motivating learning experiences in an emotionally supportive environment. Congratulations to Carrie and to all of our 2021 Lindbergh leaders. And next up tonight, we will take a moment to recognize our 2019 and 2020 District Employees of the Year.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Charity Schleter, and I am the principal of Crestwood Elementary School. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce our 2019 and 2020 District Teachers of the Year, who are both Crestwood Flyers. First, our 2019 Teacher of the Year, Beth Bridwell. Beth is a role model for our Crestwood community, and she is a great representative for Lindbergh teachers district-wide. She inspires students, families, and her fellow teachers through her leadership with diversity and inclusion. Beth is an incredible person who always puts our kids first. From organizing cultural days to planning special events for our ELL students and arranging translators for our ELL families, Beth creates meaningful relationships while advocating for those with different abilities. She always thinks outside of the box, and she takes a responsibility for bringing the Crestwood community together. Next, let's meet our 2020 Teacher of the Year, Darian Cockrell, who is also the 2021 Missouri State Teacher of the Year. Mr. DC lights up a room and is a positive presence for everyone. Building trusting, respectful relationships with students and families, that has been one of Mr. DC's top priorities throughout his 5 years of teaching here at Crestwood Elementary School. His innate nature for building relationships and finding ways to connect with kids is the foundation of his work. Our kids absolutely love him. He has a passion for student, staff, and family health and wellness, and it shows in everything he does. It is an honor to partner with him each day to serve our students and families at Crestwood. He works tirelessly to promote a healthy community by motivating and inspiring his coworkers and students. He is someone who is always willing to go above and beyond to help others. He is genuine, humble, and empowers those around him to be better. Most importantly, he is an amazing teacher who cares about his students and loves what he does. And now I'd like to turn things over to Angie Molman, principal at Concord Elementary School, to introduce our 2019 District Support Staff Person of the Year.
Thank you, Charity. Tonight, it's my honor to recognize our 2019 District Support Staff Person of the Year, Special Education Assistant, Vicki Runke. Runke has served the Lindbergh schools for 6 years. Inclusion is a word used throughout Vicki's nominations from her colleagues. From helping the staff to starting the Kindness Club for students, her efforts ensure each person at Concord Elementary School feels important and belongs. Each day, Vicki goes above and beyond while working with her students. She modifies classroom lessons, prepares appropriate learning materials, and continuously strives to push students towards their personal goals. She collaborates and communicates with the classroom teachers and is always doing what is best for kids. Vicki is willing to lend a helping hand to whoever needs assistance and never expects anything in return. We're so lucky to have such an amazing person working at Concord. Now I'll hand things back over to Tara Sparks to introduce our 2020 District Support Staff Person of the Year.
Thank you, Angie. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our 2020 District Support Staff Person of the Year, Blended Learning Coordinator, Colin Davitt. Everyone I know sings Colin's praises. They recognize what those of us who work with him daily know. He is truly dedicated to supporting students, teachers, and families. Right now, we see that through his leadership with Canvas, as he has led the selection, implementation, and ongoing development of our new learning management system. But Colin is also an innovative thinker, continuing to question why we do what we do and how we can do it better. He brings fresh ideas to the teaching and learning team and is the consummate lifelong learner. Colin shines best when he is helping others grow and learn, and we are fortunate to have him as a part of the Lindbergh team.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lindbergh Schools Foundation Director, Erica Keating.
Hello, thank you for inviting me to tell everyone a little about the Lindbergh Schools Foundation, who we are, what we do, and how we support Lindbergh. First, I'd like to talk about who we are. The foundation is made up of 17 board of directors and approximately 25 committee members, including the committees of Lindbergh Lights the Way and the Lindbergh High School Alumni Association. You may think, wow, that's a lot of people. And yes, it is, but it takes a village when it comes to supporting this amazing community of ours. And our village is a dream team of volunteers, staff, and community leaders that help to get the job done and done well. What do? In simplest of terms, we raise funds, and then we turn around and put those funds right back into our schools and community. We award thousands yearly in grants to teachers and staff. To give you an example, in just the last 3 months, we've given more than $20,000 in grants. Another way that we put money back into our community is through scholarships. Next month, we will give more than $80,000 in scholarships to our 2021 Lindbergh High School seniors. We support Lindbergh families who are in crisis situations through our Lindbergh Lights the Way programs, and we continually connect with our alumni to keep them involved in the know and supported through our LHS Alumni Association. If you're at home eating a delicious Royal Orleans meal right now, thank you for supporting us tonight. Proceeds from the sales of those dinners will go directly to our programs. Also, if you'd like to make a donation in the name of a Limburg leader, you can do so online at www.limburgfoundationstl.com. I'll make sure to send something special to the Limburg leader you choose and let them know that you donated in their honor. Thank you for your continued support. We couldn't do all that we do without you. Please enjoy the rest of the program.
To present our 2020 Limburg leaders, please welcome back Beth Johnston and Dr. Tara Sparks.
Tara, it seems like much more than 1 year ago that the Limburg Leaders Selection Committee met to select our 2020 honorees.
It really does. And unfortunately, due to COVID, we did not have an opportunity to celebrate this group of leaders last spring. But we are very excited to do that tonight. Beth, who's our first 2020 Limburg Leader honoree?
Our first 2020 Limburg leader who we are honoring tonight is Gary Borkowski. Gary has been a part of the Limburg community for 17 years. He has volunteered his time with the Bandstanders Parent Group since 2008 and has chaired the organization since 2014. In addition, Gary has served on the district's music task force since 2019 and the post-graduation committee since 2017. He has also served as a chess club assistant from 2005 until 2015, a Limburg Athletic Association coach from 2005 until 2010, a Prop R bond issue building rep in 2005, and a member of the district's redistricting committee. Outside of Limburg, Gary has served in many roles at his church, Gethsemane Lutheran Church, including assisting minister, Sunday school teacher, property committee member, call committee chairman, and usher. LHS band director David Weiss had this to say: Gary Borkowski's unwavering commitment to Limburg schools and, more specifically, to Limburg bands is very inspiring to me and to anyone who knows him. Gary has led the district's largest parent organization in an extremely professional, caring, and positive way that has helped to propel Bandstanders to new heights. Please join me in congratulating our first 2020 Limburg leader, Gary Borkowski.
Our next 2020 Limburg leader is Joan Hereford. Joan has been a member of the Limburg community for 29 years, serving as a teacher for 24 years, department chair for 7 years, 3 years as a school counselor, and 2 as a mentor teacher. During her time as Limburg High School employee, Joan initiated and sponsored LHS CHADS ambassadors, volunteered for Bandstanders, served as the Gay Straight Alliance sponsor, volunteered for Light, and served as a Key Club sponsor. Joan may have retired in 2019, but she still dedicates her time to Limburg students. Prior to COVID, she presented on bullying awareness and prevention at Flyer Parent University and continues her work with CHADS Coalition. Joan said her favorite memory serving the community was a support group leader for the Depression Bipolar Alliance and the National Alliance for Mental Illness. In that role, she led a group of parents whose teenagers suffered from depression or bipolar disorder. Co-worker David Blackwood said this about Joan: Joan is always first to help students and teachers with any struggles. She has impacted many students and inspires teachers at Limburg. Congratulations, Joan.
Mr. Raymond Hofstetter is our next Limburg leader. Mr. Hofstetter has been part of the Limburg community for more than 60 years. He started his career as a videotape editor for Channel 5 in 1948 and continued as an archivist in 1993 and a freelance cameraman for sporting events from 1980 until 2016. Mr. Hofstetter volunteered his time in the 1980s taping and editing several public service spots with Limburg and Sumner high schools. He served as an Oasis tutor from 1992 until 2010, and for years he has portrayed John and Thomas Sappington in costume for classes at Crestwood Elementary School as part of his volunteer work with the historic Sappington House Museum. He is also an active member of Limburg's Senior Associates Organization. Barb Gregston, a volunteer for Limburg High School's History Alive events, had this to say about Ray. For the past 10 years, Mr. Hofstetter has volunteered at History Alive as a World War II and Korean War veteran. During these day-long events, he shares firsthand stories about his experiences in these wars with small groups of students. This is something no history book can achieve. In 2017, Mr. Hofstadter's endless volunteer work was recognized when he received the prestigious Ageless Remarkable St. Louisan Award from the St. Andrews Resources for Seniors system. At 93 years old, he is still one of Lindbergh's most valuable volunteers. Congratulations, Mr. Ray Hofstadter.
Our next Lindbergh leader, tonight's co-host, Beth Johnston, is a longtime member of the Lindbergh community and has worked as Chief Communications Officer for Lindbergh Schools for the past 10 years. For multiple years, Beth has been nominated as a Lindbergh leader, but as a person who oversees the process, she continued to withdraw herself. Last year, we were able to bypass her involvement and work directly with the selection committee so that she could be properly recognized for the impact she makes every day. Beth has served as co-chair of the informational campaigns for 3 successful ballot issues, including Prop L in 2009, Prop G in 2014, and Prop R in 2019. Outside of work hours, Beth also volunteered and chaired the communications advocacy campaigns and met regularly with the advocacy campaign chairs. Beth is a dedicated Kiwanis volunteer supporting Lindbergh student organizations, including LHS Key Club, Middle School Builders Club, and Elementary School K-Kids. She also volunteers on her church's Welcome Team and Children's Ministry teams. Long Elementary School Principal Christina Phillips has this to say about Beth. I am lucky to have both of Beth's daughters as students at Long, and Beth is an active participant in school events. She attends field trips, PTO events, career days, and has been a mystery reader. Beth Johnston exemplifies what it means to be a Lindbergh leader. Her work ethic and dedication will continue to move our district forward. Congratulations, Beth.
Thank you, Tara. It's humbling and truly an honor to be recognized among all of these people, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Our next Lindbergh leader that we're recognizing tonight is Sarah Keck-Bakai. Sarah has been a part of our Lindbergh community for 12 years. During that time, Sarah has served as Crestwood Elementary School parent volunteer for classroom parties, as a teacher helper, a book fair volunteer, a field trip volunteer, and a PTO member. She recently joined the Crestwood staff as an LTA for the 2020-21 school year. She also serves on both Crestwood and Truman's PTO executive boards. In addition, Sarah has served on the district's curriculum committee and the Lindbergh High School redesign workshop committee. And she has volunteered as a Lindbergh Lights the Way summer cafe driver and volunteer, helping with furniture needs and other needs for families in the district. Outside of Lindbergh, Sarah has served as a Girl Scouts parent helper, Make-A-Wish coordinator, a junior achievement classroom presenter, and a Ready Readers volunteer, where she reads weekly in preschool classrooms with at-risk students. Beth Bridwell, ELL teacher at Crestwood, had this to say. In all of my 23 years of teaching, I have never seen a parent work harder or dedicate more of her time to school than Sarah Keck-Bakai does. If I have a need for my ELL students, Sarah is the first person I reach out to, and she finds any way possible to help. Congratulations, Sarah. We appreciate all you do.
Our next Lindbergh leader, Dr. Jill Lawson, has been a part of the Lindbergh community for 8 years and currently serves as the Executive Director of Assessment and Student Services. Dr. Lawson runs the Lindbergh Life Board Advisory and has a strong presence on the Equity and Diversity Committee, addressing academic access. Jill has an incredibly strong skill set in setting up systems in support of students, whether that is applying her equity work in the development of intervention models, incorporating the 4 C's into the curriculum development process, providing common language and an understanding of bullying and prevention for classroom instruction, or ensuring access for all students to be successful. In addition, Jill volunteers her time as a chair of Lindbergh Lights the Way, a Lindbergh Schools Foundation organization that sponsors efforts including Summer Cafe, Family Support, College Kickstart, and the Giving Tree. Outside of Lindbergh, Jill is involved in her son's school and building initiatives. Jill loves working with the teaching and learning team because they inspire her and constantly exceed her expectations. That one's a little fun to say, being a part of the teaching and learning team, I have to admit. Her teammate, Ronnie Zagora, said this: Jill has been a fundamental leader in establishing and promoting Lindbergh Lights the Way. Through Jill's leadership of our school counselors and social workers and coordination with district volunteers, These programs have been able to serve specific needs of Lindbergh families so that their children have the same opportunities as all Lindbergh students. Thank you, Jill, for everything you do to care for our Lindbergh community. Congratulations.
Kit Norton is our next 2020 Lindbergh leader. Kit has been a part of the Lindbergh community for 14 years, serving as assistant principal at Crestwood and Sappington Elementary Schools, director of Lindbergh Schools Community Ed, and a PE and health teacher at Sperring and Crestwood. One colleague had this to say about Kit. Kit has a passion for finding equity for all kids. He has been reading and learning much on this topic himself, and he participates in the Lindbergh District Equity Committee and serves on the Hiring Practices Small Group. He also believes in giving kids voice and agency at school each day. He has developed a student leadership group that meets every other week, and he's helped these kids design their own compass plan at Crestwood. Outside of Lindbergh, Kit serves as Director of Youth at St. Lucas United Church of Christ. He served as Sunday Night Lights volunteer from 2010 to 2015, and he coordinated youth from St. Lucas to help support that program as well. Previously, Kit also served as Director of Youth at St. Philip's United Church of Christ. Sappington Principal Dr. Takesha Parker had this to say: Mr. Norton is deeply passionate about and committed to creating a better world through relationships, connections, and understanding. Every day, he seeks opportunities to learn more about the people and systems that he serves. He yearns to cultivate a culture that exhibits value, mission, and ethics. Thank you, Kit, for everything you do for our Lindbergh students and staff.
Our next Lindbergh leader, Carol Stelmach, has been a part of the Lindbergh community for 53 years, serving as a volunteer for Lindbergh Lights the Way, providing backpack meals to Lindbergh students, serving as a PTO volunteer in the 1970s and 80s, and organizing LHS house tours in the 1970s. Outside of Lindbergh, Carol has spent more than 20 years volunteering with Meals on Wheels. At St. Lucas United Church of Christ, she has worked to organize churches in our district to help support the needs of families in our district. Carol said her favorite part about serving the community is providing food and other aid to families in crisis, ensuring they have their basic needs met in difficult times. Lindbergh social worker Michelle Studer said this about Carol: Carol is a quiet leader. She's kind, patient, and helpful. She constantly asks what she can do to help, and then she does it, and she's extremely reliable. Carol initiated our summer cafe program and managed the initiation of this program that provides food to students throughout the summer. This was a huge undertaking and was an amazing benefit for our students and their families. Carol, thank you for serving our community so well and for so many years. Congratulations.
Now, last but certainly not least, our final 2020 Lindbergh leader of the evening is Megan Whistle. Megan Whistle has been a part of the Lindbergh community for 9 years, serving on multiple committees and programs, including Sperring and Concord PTOs, the District Safety Task Force, Helping Hands, Indoor Recess Cart, Crayola Marker Recycle Program, Scholastic Book Fair, 5th Grade Party, Girls in the Know, Jump Rope for Heart, Concord Daily Mile, District Late Start Committee, Field Trip Chaperone, Classroom Party Volunteer, and Concord Choir Helper. She single-handedly also created an online tutorial for parent leaders across the district when these organizations adopted a new website platform. And outside of Lindbergh, Megan has served as leader and treasurer for Girl Scout Troops, Girl Scout Day Camp Director, and St. Lucas United Church of Christ Vacation Bible School Classroom Leader. Concord teacher Terry Koitzer had this to say about Megan: Megan's can-do attitude and ability to step in and lead is amazing. When Lindbergh needs help with anything, here comes Megan, ready to assist. She brings parents, teachers, staff, students, and families together with activities that foster community and togetherness. Thank you, Megan, for your support of our Lindbergh students, staff, and families. Congratulations to all of tonight's Lindbergh Leader honorees. And now I'd like to hand it back to Dr. Lake and Mr. Shamia to say a few words that will close tonight's event.
As we close tonight's event, I would like to say thank you to everyone who was honored this evening. Your generosity, time, and service make our community a special place to educate children, and we appreciate you very much.
I am truly 100% impressed by everyone who was honored this evening. And on behalf of the entire Board of Education, I thank you all for your contributions.
With that, I would just like to say thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Lindbergh is such a special, special place, and events like this just really signify that the great things that we do for our community and for our kids. And when a community comes together, great things happen for kids. So thank you and have a great evening.